Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
That was quicker than.
see, that's
Way
better.
quicker.
All right, guys. Hi, hi, hi. Sorry if you got several notifications from me today. Um, Lens is there. But,
Thank you.
so, I'm with James here, the Hendronix, and we're at VidCon Day 2. VidCon Day 2 is winding down. Um, and I have a lot of thoughts and things to wrap my head around and kind of digest. But what I want to talk about with James specifically today is like what he thinks about what I'm doing. It's kind of one of, but I know that's like really broad, and we could probably talk for a really long time
Forever.
about it. So, I don't know.
What I think you're doing?
Like, what do you? Well, okay. Knowing that I have a workshop on Monday, does that like? Because I know you wanted to kind of start there, but that was before VidCon happened.
Start talking about.
Because you're like, we should talk about the thing on Monday.
Yeah, well, I wanted to do like a sit down with you and go, okay, so how are you going to approach business owners, right? So how, because that's who you're talking about, talking to on Monday. And because I deal with business owners all the time in the line of work that I do, I'm thinking from their perspective, what are they expecting from you? Okay, so I went to your first workshop, and it was a lot about this is my story, you can do this too, like,
Yeah.
and I can, right?
For
And
a
I feel
business
like
audience,
with business audience,
totally different.
totally different,
Yep.
because they're not on the YouTubing, telling my story train. They're on the
I need more customers and
I need more.
clients train.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
So you're already there. You're already there, and I just felt like, okay, so what are they gonna want from me? They're really this is what I think you're great at, telling a story. Right? And that's what you bring to them. Like, I can, for a fee, I can help you tell your story. But you're gonna have to do the work because you don't like that part of it. Right? I don't like that part. Or I can work with my collaborators, I can work with my people, and we can come up with something. But I don't want to take that you don't want to take that responsibility. Is that what I'm hearing from you, or?
I don't know anymore. Like,
I know.
honestly,
Trust me, I'm
I
so
am
confused
so
after
confused.
this weekend too.
Yes, because like when I think about what. Okay, let's think about why I started this in the first place. Okay, I quit my job to start a journey to educate and empower people to utilize digital media to achieve meaningful goals. And if I start back at the very beginning, when I was looking at these kids who didn't have this like authoritative resource that could show them how to use these things positively and productively, and it's just starting with the youth, but like looking at everybody, all of us, because all this stuff is new, and like no one is kind of. Like, even just popping into all these sessions, everyone's telling you how to grow, how to create, how to do all these things. But I kind of want to be like
put the brakes on that
and just look at it from like, hey, isn't it kind of cool that anybody can jump into the space regardless of what age you are, what socioeconomic status, what your background is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And I don't know if that's a conversation worth having, but that's the stuff that interests me. Like, it's crazy that.
Well, then it's a conversation worth having.
Yeah,
if it interests you.
That's what interests me.
It's bound to interest somebody else.
Right.
A lot of other people.
And
just like they're talking about, there's an audience for everybody.
Right.
And
like with the space I want to make, that to me was part of like, this is how I could empower other people to be a part of it.
And I think that's where Casey, because now that I'm learning about what that 368 is, it's just that. It's an incubator.
Yeah.
It's to show people how to make money. It's actually about showing people how to make. That's what he just said, right? It's about how to make money.
Right.
How to make money doing this.
Yeah. And how to make
and
it
they're probably gonna take a piece. It's all run through them, right?
Yeah.
Where it doesn't necessarily have to be that, but that's what I thought before I heard really what the story was. What I thought, that's what you should do in the desert. I was talking about this, I don't know, a month ago or whatever, saying, hey, the hardest thing I think about being new is that you don't know what to do. You have no idea what to do, right?
What platform, what to create,
Exactly.
what your content is. Like,
exactly.
It's all completely foreign.
Right, but wouldn't it be cool, just like any other incubator, to get around other people that enjoy doing this or enjoy social media?
And
or
I love that. That's what I love doing, is bringing people together.
Yeah, right.
And like creating that community. I love it. I mean, I love the fact that I was standing up there and getting everyone to be like, yo, look, like, we're all here because of Casey.
Yeah.
You know, and I am so confident in being able to do that for anything, because I'm very enthusiastic, really spirited, but I'm not, like, I don't know how to monetize. I don't know if that's a business. I don't know, like.
There's definitely a business there. Are you talking about bringing people together?
Everything.
I know. See that? I think that's where the issue lies. Is there's so much.
That I'm
And
trying.
Right. So your original. Sorry.
Backstory. James is a businessman. Okay, James is a businessman. This is his experience. He is an entrepreneur. He has a lot of experience. This is what I'm lacking, because I don't have that, like, numbers and.
Yeah, the numbers thing. But I went back to school to learn the numbers. So when I had my business, I was very young. So I was 23 to, maybe I was even younger than that. I was in my early 20s, and I thought I was going to be rich, because my first year I made 200 grand. Right? I was like, oh my God, I'm 20 something years old. And
I
making,
can do it. Yeah.
And I made a couple $100,000, and I didn't think. I was just like, I'm gonna, I'm never gonna have to worry about money again, right? And but I didn't understand the numbers, and I was just using the card and partying and doing it. Like, my CPA was going, you need to watch it. You need to watch what but I didn't understand. I was taking draws instead of just paying myself a salary. I was doing all kinds of things wrong. And so when my business failed, I partly took responsibility, because I felt like if I'd have managed that a little bit better, if I was a little bit more like, there might be a hard times,
Right.
that I could have prepared for what eventually happened. And I can push it off and say, wow, I was in home building, and there was home building, like, even the big guys went bankrupt. It wasn't like, there was nobody was lending money, nobody was buying houses, and the houses that I owned at the time, I couldn't sell them for what I owed on them. So the bank took them all back. You know what I mean? So I can push it off and say, yeah, it was the economy and it wasn't my failure, but it's still in me. It's the failure, right? It's still that failure. So when I went back to school, I wanted to know everything I could about business numbers, and that's why my concentration was in accounting, so that I could look at a balance sheet and an income statement and go,
projections.
I know exactly.
Assessment.
Exactly. So I can know numbers, and that's what my bachelor's was in, and that I was actually going to study for the CPA exam and kind of go that route, but I don't want to be a CPA.
Yeah.
Like, why? I just don't want to do it.
And that's what I admire about you, is that, like, you're at this point in your life where you, at your age, I feel like everyone is just on the path, and they're just in the path because you've been on the path. And you're at this point where you can stop and be like, but what do I want to do?
Yeah, well, that's what's going on right now.
What do I want to do?
I feel like it's a midlife crisis. I tell my wife that. It's like, I think I'm going through a midlife crisis.
But it's the same thing that happened to me. If I wasn't put into a circumstance where I quit my job, I wouldn't even have thought to start my own business.
Yeah, right.
I just wouldn't have.
Right, because everything tells you, go get safe. Go be safe. And to be honest, the only reason I can think about alternatives is because of my wife.
Yeah.
So I tell this to young people, because the only other time I can remember trying to start a business and having the ability to start a business is when I lived with my parents.
Of course.
Right?
Gosh.
But the roof was over my head.
Yep. No
I was
matter
fed,
what.
and I didn't have anything to worry about, so I went out and tried everything. I was a realtor, and I was at this, and I tried to do my own business everywhere,
awesome.
right? I did all kinds. I had a hookah lounge. I had.
Why am I not so?
Dude, I've done some stuff. So
your channel. I'm so excited. Like literally.
It's funner to talk about this with you though and other people than it would be for me to stand in front of a camera and be like, "Hi, I did."
I know,
you know,
but your
how do I
community is gonna come. It's not gonna come if you don't create the content.
Yeah,
you know?
right. So I got to create the content. But so I did all those things. I did all those things. So after all, a bunch of little things that I've tried, I got my real estate license and started selling real estate, and then that turned into the development company. My dad knew construction. I knew how to sell real estate.
Perfect.
We melded those. He didn't ever come out to my job sites, but he at home he would say, "This is what you're looking for." Like he taught me to read plans, and he taught me everything. So and then I'd go out to the job site, and I just built 2 houses by myself, just out of nowhere. And then I sold those and bought more land and built more houses.
Awesome.
So I don't know. That just leads me back to wanting to know the numbers.
Yeah.
So the numbers were the most important thing to me, and that's why I went and got my bachelor's degree in the most in-depth numbers that I could get, because I feel like I can sell. There's a lot of things I can do in the business. I can do marketing. I can do.
Right. You have experience.
I can deal with people. But it was the numbers that screwed me up, and I felt like it screwed me up. And so I went and tackled that. Tackled that part. So where does that lead us with what we're doing, what we're talking about?
I don't know.
Okay,
well, here's the thing. I mean, the entire point of this stream right now, and really, like, my friendship with James is that I really value his perspective on what I'm trying to do, because I feel like I haven't done a good enough job of explaining what my goal is, because obviously we met on the premise of your goal.
Yeah.
With this stuff.
Yeah, right.
And so I haven't had that chance to, like, hey, this is my mission. And my disconnect from VidCon right now is I had a mission. This is my mission, and here's what I was doing on YouTube. And VidCon's making me realize that they're completely, like, I'm executing it wrong. And I'm doing what I need to do to make money, and that's just a completely, like, third lane. That's not even falling under the umbrella, but it's like I have to make a living. I have to make a living, and
that is the tough thing.
And I have the patience. So if I need to put together a plan that I don't see, like, if I just want it all to work in one line, and if it doesn't take, it takes years, and I'm willing to do it. But right now I'm so, like, I don't know where to start. I don't even know what it looks like.
The creative side or the business side?
Both.
Both. But that's the thing, is I think you already have the creative side. Like,
I
when
have
I'm
the
looking at
skill
you,
set creatively.
you have you have it. I think you have the momentum, and the creative side, you're nailing that. When I saw you in the chamber meeting, I was like, that fascinates me. That person fascinates me. Like, you're doing something that nobody else is doing. You're not afraid to do it. You're empowered by it, but you still have your own. What's funny is from an outside person, you're like, that person's bulletproof, but you have all these vulnerabilities.
Oh, are you kidding? I am so lost. Freaking A, dude. But it's so cool that, like, I've met people here that are like, I know you.
Yeah.
I watch you. And I'm like, what? Tell me about my channel, because I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, what? Like, what?
What you do.
Like,
that smells good, whatever that is. This girl's eating like curry behind us. It smells so good.
Oh, sorry. Hi, guys. May from Russia. And
hey, what's up,
Moran
Russia?
says, is it like Comic-Con? Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
It's like Comic-Con, but for online video.
Yeah, for YouTubers and online video. Yeah, right. That's exactly what it is.
But we're talking, I don't know, man. You know what it is? Like, I feel like this conversation, we just sit down. Like,
yeah,
let's get to go off.
And we should, what we should do
Yeah.
is we should get some bullet points together, and really, like, because we'll go on a rant here, and then we'll go, what were we here for again?
Yeah.
So let's get something together, and then we go live, and we talk about what it is we're trying to accomplish with this live, or with I think the creative stuff you've got, and so.
Because here's the thing, okay? Like, from a very practical standpoint, if I were to step out of myself and get out of my head, I would be like, you have this creative skill set that is very relevant and marketable in this economy that is starting to recognize, is recognizing that creative content and digital media content is an asset, and there's all of these. There's this audience and demographic of business owners and entrepreneurs that don't have the skill set that I have.
That's right.
So I could. The obvious answer is
sell that.
the obvious answer is do people's social media marketing, make videos for them,
Yep.
create their content and share their story for them, and that is completely not the mission I want to do.
Right. Because okay,
don't
so
wanna
when
do
you
that.
started this, it was all about the kids.
It was all about the freaking kids, yo.
And adults are pulling you in, and you're like, but wait a minute, I want to be here with the kids.
Yes. And I had all these people who were fascinated by my mission and got it right away and validated it and told me like this is completely necessary, but they are business people and they were like, well, now you got to monetize, let's talk about that. Social media marketing.
Yeah, right. Social media marketing, because the kids don't have the money, right? The kids don't.
Yeah, are they gonna pull out their credit cards?
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly.
And
But it should always lead back to the kids. It should be about the kids, and that's why I think that incubator right out of Tom's program into what you've got going on, that should be like the nonprofit part of it. And then I think what you do is you go out and you grab the businesses and you bring them in, and you somehow, because you don't want to detract from your mission, but you need to get revenue, and that's where you get the revenue.
yeah,
Does that make sense?
it does. Right, it would be like an arm,
Yeah.
like it funds. It's a I mean, there's a lot of ways that I could spin it. So one way that I could spin it is that creating content for marketing purposes is going to be a thing that stays here forever. I mean, it has been a thing. Now everything is different because we have all these different platforms, but it's still taking pictures. It's a website.
What is it?
That's you.
Hello, people. Wow. My son is right here, and he's
Also, thank you,
he's
Mark,
chatting.
for the
I'm like,
super chat.
what? How am I?
But yeah, so it's a thing that'll always be here. So if like another practical approach to it is I teach kids who have this skill set, the business side, and teach them how to turn their Instagramming for funsies into an actual job, you know?
Yeah, because that's the biggest thing. We were talking about that before we went live. That I was a kid, I drew, I did this, and then grown up kicks in,
Yeah.
and you lose all that. You're
But
like,
that-
oh, I
that's
gotta get
because
a job.
We didn't have that though. We didn't have this. You know, we didn't have the opportunity that we have now.
But was there other opportunity?
Well, because there was no like.
You could just
What
be
did
a
you-
broke artist,
Yeah, starving
selling your
artist.
start
Starving artist.
in Venice Beach selling your art. Yeah, you could
Here's
do that.
the canvas, you know.
Right. And those people struggle. You know what I mean? Those people they struggle.
Right, and
But-
that's what our parents are going to tell us because that's the only thing they see.
But in the future, when they're talking about it, even in college, they're talking about pretty soon AI is going to replace everybody's job. Think
So you
about
better, like-
about CPAs. Think about. I even go as far as attorneys. There's still going to be attorneys, but literally computers are going to do the researching and like
The
case
hard
study and all that. You're just going to pull up the.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? AI is going to have all of it. You're going to put in what you need, and it's just going to be there. They've already got huge databases, but CPAs that you're going to be like into it. They do. They already do your taxes.
Yeah.
Like.
Yep.
It's just.
Yep.
There is going to be a human. There's probably going to have to be a human element to it, but most of this stuff. So what are all these people going to do? What is everybody going to do?
I mean, you can see, and that okay. So let me
So you
stop
create.
you right there.
Create.
Right there. That is the discussion I want to have.
Like what?
That's the conversation I want to have. Is like the state of things because of this stuff, because of communication technology, because of digital media, because of social media. How is it having an impact not only on business but like relationships and education and business and everything? Like it's like I have my creator hat and I'm sitting in these sessions and I'm like, yeah, this is how I can grow my channel. But more importantly, like, look at what's going on.
What is
It's
all
a
this?
phenomenon? It's like.
But are we in a bubble? Because I'll tell you, there's business people out there that will look at what I'm doing and scoff, you know, like, you don't know anything, or you know what I mean?
Get that all the time.
So, are we living in a bubble because we see like, wow, this is pretty big. Like this is 30.
There's a lot of
30,000 people here.
Okay, yeah.
30,000 people.
30,000 creators. A lot of them are not creators. You know.
Consumers, creators.
Yeah, in this space that are they've flown from
all over the world
to
come here
because they recognize that this is a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing. It's definitely a thing.
This is a thing, and I mean, just going through the expo downstairs, I can't even imagine how much money it took to put all that together.
Yeah.
You know, and like
think about how much we pay for our tickets.
Like, how much did it take for Instagram to build that entire freaking LCD screen insanity? And why? Because they know that this is a thing.
Yeah. For them, because they love it. These young ones over here.
So anyway, I have to do a lot more thinking, and you know,
we have to do some execute. There's some things that we have to implement immediately so that you can keep going.
Like, okay, what do I make a video about next week? What do you think is like, where do you see my channel going? Because even I was just sitting in that creator networking thing, and they were going around the room. I'm an artist. I'm a this. I do content about this, and it's like, well, what do I'm a vlogger, creator, entrepreneur.
Right.
And people are like, what's your business? And I'm like, I teach people how to make digital media. And like, I'm starting to like lose it. Like, what am I doing now? Damn it. And not that I'm losing focus, but
I know, it becomes monotonous, and you're a creator. That's what the hell you are. You're a creator. You're a creator. You are and it's okay. It's like being a painter. Like, that's what you are. You're a painter. You're an artist. You're a creator. I think you're.
I'm just in it.
You're in your head. Well, you're in your own head.
I am.
Yeah.
And that's why Switzerland is a perfect time.
Yes.
So I can like.
Okay. Yeah, let it go for me. What is?
I'm not even looking at comments.
Are you going to see them?
Yeah, tonight I'm staying at their place.
Yeah.
Hi, James.
What's up, James?
What's up?
Yo, VidCon.
He says we're not doing a drink pong. I don't know what you guys did last
Probably
night.
have a hangover, maybe? No.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
Hey,
But,
we should. Is there any good comments? Anybody have any
Martin
questions?
super chatted, so thank you, Martin, for the $1.23. Jermaine's doubled since last year's VidCon. Yeah, Martin, both me and Jermaine have doubled since last year's VidCon. But I mean, he was at 20,000 last year. Now he's 43,000, which is awesome.
And Jermaine's really cool in person.
Jermaine,
I got to spend some time with him, and he's like,
so hilarious.
he's got this perspective on life that's just like, that is awesome.
Well, this is why I really appreciate Jermaine's perspective, because he doesn't do it from the business, like,
that's okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so that's where you have to step out. You have to stay the creator, and you have to let somebody else.
Like, even he was telling you, like, of course, sell the merch, make it exclusive, because that's what business people would say. But
right, and he's like, no, I got this. I've got my own, and I don't want to step on him.
Exactly,
he's going to do it his own way.
Yeah,
exactly. Just throw my idea out there. If you don't like it, then you don't take it. But he's so respectful. He was like, I wasn't really thinking that, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
You don't know how many you should do this, Jermaine. I've told him.
Right.
And like, you know, and even he was like travel vlogging. There's a million out there.
Yeah, right.
But it's like blown up his channel, you know, and I don't. It's like he's always done everything. It's always worked. It's always worked.
Nice.
But anyway, I don't know where we're just.
We're rambling now, huh?
Chilling, yeah. Oh, I like your video too. Just one thing. We're getting ready for your stay with us. Excited. Yeah.
Oh, dude, you guys gonna go live on their channel?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
so cool. I can't wait to see that.
We can go live on either of our channels. I haven't talked to them about it yet. But. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna. I don't know what we're gonna do.
Wrap it up.
We have to.
I gotta take my kid to the expo. He's been so patient.
I want to go.
You want to go to the expo too?
Yeah. Anyway, let's wrap it up with.
Okay.
What's been your favorite takeaway so far?
Oh my gosh. I think my mind was in the business and trying, like, okay, you're gonna do this, but how can you make money? And I think I'm stepping away from that. Or actually, here's my biggest thing.
Because he's the business
Yeah.
guy.
Here's my thing. I was thinking subscribers and view time,
Numbers.
and I'm not. If I'm gonna be in this, it's just gonna be for the long haul, and it's just gonna be for why I want to do it, and for the people that are watching, you know, for their enjoyment. And I'm not going to watch the numbers for a very, very, very long time.
What is your impression so far from like the hour before meeting me and knowing what you knew then, and like taking like, you know, the other classes that you've taken, to now seeing my creative struggle and also coming here to VidCon? Like, did you think it was like this
No.
space?
I didn't think it was that hard. It didn't look that hard.
Right.
There's so much to this. This is a very, very difficult space to be in for so many reasons. Because you're, you know, because it's time consuming, right? It's very time consuming. Telling us, okay, figuring out what you're gonna do, filming it, editing it, unless you're just doing raw live stuff. But if you really want to tell a story and you want to do that angle, which is what I want to do, it's very time consuming. Then you have the other side where people can shoot you down, right? So that adds a layer of hardness to it, like the criticism and
The beautiful comment section.
right, the comment section. And so there's just so many. It's hard.
That's the thing with the creator space, is that for a traditional job, you go to school and you get an internship and you are making X amount of dollars for sure by a certain amount of time,
Yeah.
no matter what.
But then you're always making that amount of money for sure.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go.
Higher.
It goes up, and then it's, and then you're pretty much plateau because
Capped. Yeah.
you're competing with everybody else at that level. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So they'll just let you go and then get somebody to replace you
Yeah.
for less.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's not a bad thing. I'm not putting employees down or anything, but
Me
the
neither,
hard,
but I don't like being alone. I don't.
But yeah, like
be
the
honest.
thing with this space is like there's no, like, people can make it overnight, people can take a year, people can take 2 years, people
10
can
years.
be 15 years
Yeah.
for Casey, like there's no predictable
No.
path, and you have to totally be willing to figure it out.
Casey said it right. It was like there's a sprinkle of, not even a sprinkle. He said there's a lot of luck.
Yeah,
There's
it's
a lot
a
of
whole
luck. It's a whole lot of luck.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm like, wow, I need to step back. But I have, like, if I was 5, 6, you're almost 6. If I was 20, I would be like, I could turn this into something huge. Because I'm so small, I have to stop thinking like that. It's a mental thing for me.
I see.
Right? It's just because
You don't have
you're
an
nowhere
audience
close.
yet. Yeah.
Right. I don't have an audience yet, so I have to just
Yeah.
have to back out and pretend like nobody's gonna watch me for the rest of my life. But if I had 6,000, if I had 20, if I had 40,000, right? Then I'd be like, I know how to make money with this. I know exactly what I need to do, and it's not monetizing my videos. Definitely not monetizing my videos.
That's Tom did. He still doesn't. He still doesn't turn on the ads on his videos. He just refuses.
And he's probably still got that same thing too. Maybe he's waiting for a number like, okay, I want to turn it on now.
I mean, I'm not sure, but my impression is that he never wanted to be driven by money.
Mm-hmm. I feel that with Tom too.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Like he
just
wanted.
wants to do.
Yeah. He wanted to be a creative endeavor, and never because this video is going to get a lot of views and I'm going to get a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I know that you have to play that game. That's why I make Postmates videos, 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like, I know they're gonna rank forever. Like no one else is making them, so I make them.
That's so true.
And it's like, and Tom struggles with that too, because now he's like almost niching himself into the 3D printing space,
right.
where all the 3D printing videos do really well.
Does he like that?
Yeah, he uploads a video about his career, and
Does he like 3D printing so much that he could build a niche around it?
not where every video he makes is gonna be that. He doesn't want to hold himself.
So,
pigeonhole.
yeah, right. Pigeonhole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I guess that's probably a conversation we should have with Tom.
who's on a plane right now on the way to
Is he?
Iceland. So yeah. Anyway, well, let's go to the expo.
Yeah, let's go to the expo.
You guys have been so patient. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.
right, see ya.
Wait, what's the comment?
what's-
Expo, woohoo, expo.
Oh my gosh.
Just one
Okay.
thing.
Give me my phone.
Looks like you got a lot of. I'd like to hear more about them. Just one thing, DM. DM me, and I don't know who you are. So leave me a comment. I don't know. Find me on Instagram and tell me who you are and let's connect. All right. Bye, guys.